Get safely to the top. The number of female pilots in Australia is low and it's getting worse. There's been an alarming drop in women training to fly commercially, something one politician in Canberra is trying to turn around.
From the sky to the halls of power. For the Deputy Leader of the Liberal Party, getting more women in the air is personal.
When you walked into the flying school as a female student, you were looked at as an oddity. I wanted to be taken seriously, and eventually my flying did the talking.
In Western Sydney, 17-year-old Olivia is finding her wings and bucking a national trend.
I would always go to the airport and just watch the planes, and I was like, I want to fly that one day.
Currently in Australia, only 7% of pilots are female. And for women coming through the ranks, traineeships have dropped. 2 years ago, the number of commercial pilot trainees who were women sat at close to 12%. Last year, it fell to just 7%.
Worldwide, if you look at any of the statistics around airlines, its average is around between 4 and 6%. And unfortunately, that stayed stagnant for about the last 60 years. It has not changed.
Sasha Robinson was a pilot for major airlines overseas and now runs programs to get more women into aviation.
The things that do work is the awareness. Girls just don't know that this is an option for them. Oh, you're a pilot, wow, but I can't be a pilot. And it's like, well, why not?
The federal government has invested $8 million in programs that encourage women into the industry, but advocates say more needs to be done.
There's a shift in this momentum, and I think if we can keep that momentum going.
The number is too low, so I'm launching a pilot parity audit.
Susan Lee says starting a national conversation will lead to change. Announcing today she's writing to all major airlines and hoping they get on board with gender parity in the skies.
I'm just hoping that one day I can say over the PA it's Captain Crowley, and then my life will be fulfilled.
A dream ready to take off.
Louis Gossett Jr., the first black man to win a supporting actor Oscar, has died at the age of 87 at his home in California. The star of An Officer and a Gentleman has today been remembered as a tough guy with a heart of gold, with a decorated career spanning 70 years.
It was his most formidable role.
You said you wanted to meet me in private?
Louis Gossett Jr. as Sergeant Emile Foley, a hardcore drill instructor tasked with whipping young Navy candidates into shape in An Officer and a Gentleman.
Be proud of them wings. They're the only ones you're going to leave here with.
Pushing Zach Mayo, played by Richard Gere, to his limits.
You ready to quit now, Mayo?
The role led to a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor.
The winner is Louis Gossett Jr.
Followed by an Oscar, the first black person in history to win that category.
You know, when you prepare a speech, it's no use because it's all gone.
Gossett Jr. caught the acting bug when he was sidelined from his high school basketball team with an injury. Attending New York University on a basketball and acting scholarship, he befriended Dean Martin and took acting classes alongside Marilyn Monroe and Martin Landau. With more than 200 roles under his belt, the most recent, Old Mister, in the remake of The Colour Purple. Gossett won an Emmy as Fiddler in the groundbreaking TV series Roots. In 1992, he won another Golden Globe playing a civil rights activist in the Josephine Baker story.
And I had to act as if I was second class. And I had to ingest the onus of being an African-American person in America.
A case of art imitating life. Behind the scenes, he launched Eracism, a non-profit dedicated to ending racial prejudice.
If there's going to be change, we have to do it from the inside.
From The Wire's Wendell Pierce, one of the great American actors of our generation, a personal hero. And from his Officer and a Gentleman co-star Richard Gere, he drove every scene he was in. A tough guy with a heart of gold. We were all so proud of him. In the United States, Alison Petrowski, NBN News.
She's enjoyed enormous success over her 13-year career, winning an Emmy and a Grammy, as well as topping the charts multiple times. But today, rapper and singer Lizzo has announced her sudden retirement at the age of 35. She wrote on Instagram, "All I want is to make music and make people happy and help the world be a little better than how I found it. But I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I didn't sign up for this." It's the longest running event in competitive surfing, the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach. And it all started decades ago with two mates making boards in a shed in Victoria. Fast track to today, they're now at the helm of a global empire.
As the current wave of world surfers continue their quest to carve out a piece of history here at Bells, this man is very much the history of the event.
Sonny Garcia and Matt Hoy, Mark Opalupo. Geez, there's some good ones down on that section, isn't there?
Some big names, isn't there?
Yeah, geez.
They're the greats of surfing.
Back in the 70s, Doug Warbrick and Brian Singer were a couple of 20-somethings trying their luck in Torquay, looking for that ultimate big break, be it in a surfing sense or business.
Well, it was just Brian and myself scratching around trying to make a few dollars so we could go surfing the next day or the next week.
This is the shed where Doug and Brian began making their boards and wetsuits. Incredibly, it still stands today, as does the name Rip Curl. And back in 1973, there was no real science to it.
Sort of represents Australian terminology at the time was ripping, like ripping the wave, or ripping the curl. So it's just ripping the curl, ripping the curl. They say ripping again now.
Now 81, Doug continues to cast an eye over the event that his company has backed for the past 50 years. He knows every inch of this place, almost every grain of sand, and every champ who's got to ring that famous bell.
Mark Richards has won it 4 times, Mick Fanning's won it 4 times, Kelly Slater's won it 4 times.
It was Doug, or Claw as he's better known, and Brian Singer who pushed for the event to turn pro in 1974. The total prize pool back then was $3,000. This weekend, the men's and women's champions will each pocket $80,000. And no one around here forgets who made it all possible.
Claw and Singer are just such legends of our sport, and to create this event that's become so iconic it's had such a huge impact on surfing.
In 2010, Doug was inducted into the Australian Surfing Hall of Fame, but chasing fame was never the challenge. It was more about chasing a dream and watching others chase theirs.
The country's post-COVID travel boom appears to be over, with planes nowhere near as packed as they were a year ago, according to new data from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. The average percentage of seats filled across all airline services in January was 81.5%, down 5% from 2023. The most popular routes out of Australia included India, Japan and Thailand, while most travellers visiting here were from Canada, Indonesia, Fiji and the UK. Sophie Scanlon joins us now with sport, and Soph, Craig Fitzgibbon isn't happy with the NRL.
The Sharks coach is fuming with how the league is dealing with dangerous tackles. Next, his blunt message to officials as Cronulla deals with an injury crisis. And more to give, we hear from the Knights coach ahead of his 100th game with Newcastle. Plus, one-on-one with Tim Tszyu in Las Vegas as the Aussie boxer prepares for the biggest fight of his life.
Responsibly sourced, deliciously sourced. Please every crowd with Coles Australian Ford raw banana prawns at just $15 a kilo at deli counter stores only. That's great value, hands down, at Coles.
We love our Aussie summers. Nothing beats a day on the water. And with the Isuzu D-Max, you can find your very own stretch. Be it a sunrise surf or a day out with the family. Summer goes further with the Isuzu D-Max. And with stock available, you can have your own before you know it. Live your own way in the Isuzu D-Max. Go your own way.
85-inch for just $1 more. This HP 15S Core i5 laptop, hot deal just $698. Elise leather corner sofa, amazing value just $17.99. Up to 20% off a huge range of stain defense carpets. Studio One oval freestanding bath just $499. $1 upsize deal. Upgrade to king size on selected Australian-made mattresses. 4 big brands. Super Easter sale at Harvey Norman now.
Go!
Red Bull gives you wings.
Not to be missed. Book now. Looking for a contemporary home at an affordable price? Discover unbeatable value at Domain Homes. Find out how you can save 10% and price your new home today at domainhomes.com.au. Experience Alaska, Yellowstone and the Rockies from $4,999 per person, including flights and cruise. Discover Yellowstone National Park, Lake Louise, Cruise Alaska with Holland America Line and more. Head to tripadeal.com.au.
Sharks coach Craig Fitzgibbon has taken aim at officials for what he believes are inconsistent rulings on dangerous tackles. Fitzgibbon has called on the NRL to sort out its stance on hip drop tackles as Cronulla deals with a growing injury crisis.
It was a loss that stunned the Sharks, and it wasn't just egos that were bruised.
It's just a good lesson for us, really, but it's so early in the year. It's important to take your lessons, not hide from them, but we want to do something about it.
Cronulla's forward stock's in crisis. 4 of their first-choice players sidelined through injury. Craig Fitzgibbon trying to find a silver lining, hoping adversity will bring out the best in his men.
You know, it's next man up. We still work on the way we want to play, we work on the way we want to defend, and whoever comes into that role, they've got to do their job.
The coach not as positive about the tackle that sidelined Toby Rudolph for 6 weeks, admitting he's still confused about the way hip drop tackles are punished.
I can understand the technical side of it, but at the end of the day, we've had 3 players now with significant ankle injuries that have missed an extended period of time, and a grand total of 1 week's charge for those injuries. So there's a clear difference between what the refs see, what the bunkers call, and then what the match review committee do.
The Bulldogs might agree with Fitzgibbon's fury after Jack Whiten avoided punishment for an awkward tackle on Jacob Preston. The second rower's toughness on show again when he returned to the field with a broken jaw after this heavy collision, scans confirming he's facing a 3-week layoff. Latrell Mitchell was charged but escaped with only a fine for the careless collision that left Bulldogs winger Josh Adokar motionless. Cowboys captain Tom Dearden produced a contender for Try-Saver of the Year in the Queensland Derby.
What a tackle, Tommy Dearden.
But his heroics were in vain. North Queensland's undefeated streak ending in a 38-12 loss to the undermanned Broncos.
We're obviously, just still trying to find our feet. So we know we've got players here that can do a job, and we're finding our feet. It's round 4 and there's plenty of games to go.
Nicole Dunn, NBN News.
The Knights are out to rewrite history in Auckland when they take on the Warriors tomorrow afternoon in a semi-final rematch. Chasing back-to-back victories, the game is also a milestone match for coach Adam O'Brien, his 100th game mentoring the side. He says the Knights still aren't at their best this season.
We're under no illusion that it's a pretty daunting place to come and play, but it's important that we move on from last year on both fronts, you know, whether they're winning games or whether it's a losing game from last year. We just need to move on from it.
The rematch kicks off at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Manly is in danger of losing back-to-back matches despite Tom Trbojevic setting up the Seagulls' first try with a freakish pass. Error after error from the visitors saw the Dragons fire into the lead. The Red V scoring 3 unanswered tries in the first half. They lead 14-6 in the second. The Swans are on the road this weekend, but they were made to feel at home at the MCG today. A win over Richmond tomorrow would see the Swans move to the top of the AFL ladder. Their task ahead helped by the absence of Tigers superstar Dustin Martin.
It's good that they're out. Makes it a bit easier for us, but you know they've still got a lot of other quality players that we need to take care of.
Sydney has won all 3 of its games to start the season. Darren Coleman's future with the Waratahs is on shaky ground after they went down to the Rebels 27-21 at home. The coach sounding like a defeated man, apologising to Tahs fans after a 5th loss from 6 matches this season.
That was probably the hardest one in my 3 years here. Watch that one. Just the accumulation of the last 3 weeks. Yeah, it's on me. I'm in charge of the group. I've got to make sure that they know what to do in certain times there, and there was times there they didn't look like they knew what to do.
The Waratahs will aim to snap a 4-game losing streak against the Brumbies next Saturday. Tim Tszyu is undefeated in 24 fights, but he's never faced pressure like he will tomorrow. The 29-year-old is steeling himself ahead of his Las Vegas debut, where history is on the line against an intimidating opponent.
Under the bright lights of Sin City, there's an Australian preparing to steal the spotlight.
History will be made here. History will be made.
For boxing champion Tim Tszyu, the stage is set for the fight of his life.
This is the biggest of the biggest, so you dream of this as a young kid, and I'm just living the dream.
But taking the win in Las Vegas will be a tall task. At 6'6", Tszyu's opponent has a nickname which speaks for itself.
The towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora.
But Tim Tszyu is undefeated, and he's undeterred by the 22-centimetre height difference.
No, it's not the size of the man in the battle, it's the size of the heart in the battle.
He's the same height as Michael Jordan. For Tim Tszyu, he's got to find a way in against an NBA player size.
And while there is a height disparity, when it comes to weight, it's a dead heat. The two fighters matching down to the gram at 69.3 kilos. A win here in Vegas would cement the Tszyu name in history. Not only would Tim walk away with 2 titles, but he and his father Kostya would become just the second father-son duo to become unified world champions.
That's the aim. Yeah, that's the aim, to be the greatest fighting family ever lived.
Tszyu's the headline act, but he's not the only Australian in the show. Melbourne native Michael Zarafa also fighting for a title.
We're putting a small country on a big map, and we're taking over come Saturday night.
Sin City hosting Fight Night, but it's Australia with our eyes on the prize. In the United States, Lauren Kempe, NBN News.
Still to come, against the odds, a hunter duo has success in the Tancred Stakes at Rosehill, and in a battle of the Novocastrians at Bells Beach, who will prevail?
Red Bull gives you wings.
I don't write songs to be famous. I write songs because I don't know what I'd do if I didn't. I need to live my songs.
Some of us do things the hard way. Oi, watch it. But some of us, we do things the smart way. That's why I supercharge my shop with One Pass. One Pass helps you get more value from your favourite brands, like free delivery, 5 times the Flybuys points when you shop in store. Woo-ha! Plus 365-day returns and loads more to supercharge your shop, all for just $4 a month. Now that's bang for your buck. Start your free trial today.
I love a sunburnt country. A land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of drought and flooding rains. When the lucky country isn't so lucky,
Lucky you're with Amy.
It's the man they've come to see. And yes, we're on. The tent is in play. He's found the space. We know where it'll go. The throw is good. Oh, and that is a tent. The crowd love him. Hello, you.
Being an outdoor legend feels pretty good. That BCFing feeling is BCFing fun. Hey!
Queensland, the human kind of bank.
Jimmy Barnes is back, headlining the mighty Red Hot Summer Tour, along with his mates The Living End, Birds of Tokyo, Pete Murray and more, at Roche Estate, Hunter Valley, Saturday, April 6th. Tickets on sale now from ticketmaster.com.au.
Wainscoting easily transforms your walls. Give your home the Hamptons look while helping to protect your walls. 12 different combinations, all made, measured and installed. Fast.
No fuss.
It's on now, the Lee Rowan's Garden World plant sale with 20% off all plants. That's right, 20% off every plant, nursery-wide, until March 31st. The Lee Rowan's Garden World plant sale, on now.
The James Cummings-trained Cascadian has stormed home to win the $3 million Australia Cup at Flemington. The 9-year-old gelding edging out frontrunner Pride of Jenny in the final stages. At Rosehill, short-priced favourite Orchestral took out the Vinery Stud Stakes, while 55-1 Longshot Caliper upstaged the favourites to win the day's other Group 1, the Tancred Stakes. The Chris Lee-trained horse ridden home by hunter jockey Dylan Gibbons. Australian Hannah Green has fired the best round of her career, shooting a blemish-free 61 to take the lead on day 2 of the Ford Championship in Arizona. Despite feeling under the weather, the 27-year-old birdied the final 6 holes to card the lowest score of the LPGA season, now firmly in the hunt for her second win of the year. It was a battle of Newcastle board riders. Wildcard Morgan Siblick downing Ryan Callanan in the round of 16 at the Bells Beach Pro. Siblick got off to a flying start, posting a pair of sixes less than 2 minutes in. Last year's runner-up wasn't far off the mark, impressing with the highest scoring wave of the heat, but it just wasn't enough.
Feels so good. I feel like a lot of the guys here have a fair bit of pressure with the cart, so it feels good to come in here pretty free and feeling good.
Morgan Siblick will now face Matthew McGillivray in the quarterfinals. There were plenty of nervous moments for the Jets in Melbourne this afternoon during their clash against City. Looking to break an 8-game winless streak, the visitors were lucky not to give away an early lead after a handful of defensive lapses. Melbourne looked to have broken the deadlock right on the stroke of half-time, but the goal was overturned by VAR. The score is currently 0-0 midway through the second half. Meanwhile, the Jets women have made history, recording the club's biggest ever winning margin overnight. The 8-0 win setting up a nervous bus ride home for the squad, who just found out they are playing finals football for the first time since 2018. You'd be doing well to find a happier A-League team.
We did our part of the job. Obviously, the girls had an emphatic win as well, which was great, and helped us leading into finals, and then, Wellington's done the job for us. So it was exciting but nervous bus trip back.
Newcastle securing its biggest win in club history and handing Adelaide its biggest loss. And now the Jets are finals bound. At Coopers Stadium, it was an A-League debut ringing goalkeeper Tiana Robertson will never forget, maintaining a clean sheet.
We had a lot of confidence in her coming into the team. We knew she was going to come in and do a good job. So yeah, it didn't surprise me that she played so well, but it was good vindication.
At the other end of the field, the Jets couldn't have done more to prove why they deserve a spot in finals. The skipper making her mark in her 150th appearance.
And she gets a goal in her 150th game.
Just the beginning of the one-way traffic against Adelaide. Lara Gooch and Melina Ayres got 2 each in the historic win. There were 2 new names on the A-League scoreboard as well, including 16-year-old Emma Dundas.
Bit of a twinkle toe. Nobody is putting any pressure there on Dundas.
The second defender, Alex Hune.
Those long-range efforts by Newcastle, and it's an 8th goal.
The win has come at a cost, with young Matilda Claudia Chico leaving the field in pain.
We're not sure if it's a bad injury or not yet. We're aiming for it to not be too much, but yeah, we've also got a lot of depth in the team.
The Waratahs women have continued their unbeaten Super W run, defeating the Melbourne Rebels overnight. Nelson Bay's Maya Stewart opened the home side's account with her 6th try of the season, before completing a double in the second. Lane Morgan also had a dominant outing, her fingerprints all over the 38-17 victory. The Bickers fielding a women's tackle side has created a homecoming for Brooke Carter after spending time with South in the Newcastle Rugby League competition. Maitland won't lack star power when they run out, signing former Knight Caitlin Moran.
I do believe we've got the talent there, but yeah, I'm not going to toot anyone's horn or anything like that, but I'm really hoping that we can get there and hold the trophy.
The season will be underway before the end of April, with the 7-team women's draw to be finalised this week. It seems Novocastrians have caught the running bug, with entries to the Hilton Harbour up by 70% from last year. 2,000 serious and fun runners alike will race through a 12-kilometre course, starting from Bar Beach and finishing at Carrington next weekend. The 17th edition of the event, which starts the Newcastle Running Festival, gets underway on April 7. Always a fun morning out and about.
Thank you, Soph. Stay with us. We will have all of your local weather details for your region coming up after the break.
Macca's new bundle range. Perfect for small families, big families, and extended families. Value means more with the new Macca's bundle range.
Are you gambling with your career? Be aware. Visit Gamble Aware for information or confidential support.
This is Australia. This is Australia.
Colorbond, made by Australia.
That's magic.
Magic, you say?
Or something else. At Coles, we go to great lengths for quality.
Award-winning quality.
It's why we've worked closely with Aussie pork farming families for years, right, guys?
Yep.
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 And why we travel around Australia for responsibly sourced Coles brand seafood.
Don't need any of that, mate.
Because when you go to great lengths, Easter tastes
delicious.
Great lengths for quality. Coles.
Now's the time to move during the LDV 2023 plate clearance. Get the 7-seat D90 SUV from just $34,990 drive away for ADN holders. Visit an LDV dealer to test drive the D90 today. LDV, bring it on.
Doc, I'm worried my teeth are getting weaker.
Don't worry. Like bones, your teeth lose density over time, but with Oral-B's new enamel densified toothpaste, it rebuilds enamel density to extend the life of teeth. Trust Oral-B for strong teeth for life.
Wainscoting easily transforms your walls. Give your home the Hamptons look while helping to protect your walls. 12 different combinations, all made, measured and installed. Doors plus.
No fuss.
Where to from here? Will your life ever be the same? Are you getting what's fair, not just what's offered? Talk to Slater and Gordon, and we'll take it from here.
Harvey Norman's Super Easter sale on now. Hisense 75-inch smart TV just $14.95, or upgrade to the 85-inch for just $1 more. This HP 15S Core i5 laptop, hot deal just $698. Elise leather corner sofa, amazing value just $17.99. Up to 20% off a huge range of stain defense carpets. Studio One oval freestanding bath just $499. $1 upsize deal. Upgrade to king size on selected Australian-made mattresses. 4 big brands. Super Easter sale at Harvey Norman now.
Go!
Well, we didn't have to wait until tomorrow for an Easter treat. Today's weather delivered the goods early with plenty of sunshine across northern New South Wales. And Matt Bent was up nice and early to enjoy it. He captured the sunrise over Foresters Beach. Not a cloud in the sky to start Easter Saturday on the Central Coast. Rain-bearing clouds are really only limited to parts of central Australia right now. Heavy falls are expected around Cameron Corner and the Alice. However, it's clear skies elsewhere for tonight's chocolate egg deliveries. Tropical moisture is breaking down in the north, while high pressure in the southeast and the southwest is squeezing out a low south of the continent. So it will remain fairly dry in our patch through to mid next week, but rain should follow. A cool start before almost perfect conditions throughout the Hunter today, getting up to 30 in Singleton, 29 in Cessnock and 26 at Nobby's Head. A few more clouds about tomorrow, but it should still be fairly fine, topping out at 27 in Maitland and 27 at Wallsend. Taking a look at coastal conditions, seas at around 1/2 metre tomorrow with a 1.5 metre swell. Low tide just before 7:30 in the morning, a 1.3 metre high rolling in at 1:15. Sun to rise at 7:03 and setting at 10 to 7 p.m. It'll be a sunny end to the long weekend in Newcastle. Perfect beach weather too, sticking up in the high 20s during the day, but still lovely and cool overnight. A cooler change rolling in on Wednesday, along with some rain, potentially carrying decent falls. Topping in the high 20s in the Upper Hunter for Easter Sunday, low 30s through to Wednesday, but we're back down to low 20s from Thursday onwards, and the inland autumn nights are locked in pretty much all of this next week. And warm and dry conditions for Gosford tomorrow, with heat sticking around on Monday and Tuesday, but we have a cool change in store for the days to follow. Temperatures gradually dropping to the low 20s, with a reasonable amount of rain also on the way. We could see up to around 30 millimetres there on Friday. However, showers are set to ease slightly on Saturday. And finally tonight, Panthers star Nathan Cleary is expanding his business empire, revealing plans to open a second watering hole on High Street in Penrith. Freddie's Sports Bar, named after another famous Panther, Brad Fittler, is slated to open just in time for State of Origin 1 on June 5. And that's NBN News for this Saturday. A current affair is up next. Enjoy your evening. Good night.
Hello, I'm Deb Knight. Welcome to A Current Affair. They came here for a better life, and they're being let down by a few bad apples accused of committing horrific crimes. Now, one African community is tackling the problem, trying to reform the small minority who turn to crime.
When there's trouble caused by youths of African descent, the fear factor in the community rises very fast.
We always get the backlash as opposed to when generally tied behind and we are expected to do something. And we are expected to address the problems.
It really is such important work that they're doing, and these groups clearly need more funding to keep turning those kids' lives around, and hopefully the government can see that. Well, we've seen it time and time again, homes and livelihoods destroyed as floods wreak havoc across the country. That's why this regional community can't believe their council has voted in favour of a new proposal to build dozens of homes on flood-prone land.
I believe these properties should not be built there.
I would like to see councillors stand up against some of these issues and truly represent the community that selected them.
Development on floodplains is not a good idea.
There's a wave of concern in Victoria's country community of Bendigo.
Well, council told us the piping installed on the farmland was done in 2018, adding, in their view, this does not mean that a development will occur on this site. And you can read their full statement on our website. Exams, reading, writing, the maths. Students, it can sometimes, boring. So one high school is shaking things up, inviting aged care residents to join in. It's been 7 decades since some have even sat in a classroom, but they're bringing plenty of life lessons with them.
Catching the bus to school is something John hasn't done in a little while.
You want me to jump or what?
And today, he can't wait.
John.
I learnt that he loves his grandchildren a lot and that he's there as well to him.
What advice would you give to young people today?
Be honest and be friendly to.
What a terrific program, and that is the best advice. Up next, they support those who need it most. But what happens when charities need help of their own?
We've had an increase in demand and a reduction in supply, and unfortunately that's a perfect storm.
The Secret. What do you seek?
I would really like to work from home 60% of the week.
I love that now. Me too. The Secret.
Well, that's actually a perfect job match.
Perfect job.
But you literally just use the CCAP.
I wish you people would stop saying that. The Secret.
With better job matches than ever before. And you shall find.
Registered clubs are the #1 financial supporter of rugby league, helping the game go from strength to strength.
New South Wales clubs are the backbone of our communities. It's so important for our young boys and girls to be involved in team sports. New South Wales clubs make that possible.
For more than 6 decades, clubs have supported pathways for junior rugby league players to go through to the elite level.
Every kid should have a crack at their rugby league dream without having the worry if their families can afford it. Thank you for giving our children the opportunity to enjoy the game they love.
Some of us do things the hard way. Oi, watch it. But some of us, we do things the smart way. That's why I supercharge my shop with One Pass. One Pass helps you get more value from your favourite brands, like free delivery, 5 times the Flybuys points when you shop in store. Woo-ha! Plus 365-day returns and loads more to supercharge your shop, all for just $4 a month. Now that's bang for your buck. Start your free trial today.
Hurry, this offer ends Tuesday at Amart.
Wait time 46 minutes. You are the 4th person in the queue. You are the 5th person in the queue.
When your internet gives you lemons,
Shortest person in the queue. You are the worst person in the queue.
get Tangerine.
Cluster, eh?
Drums down, Jules. New delicious Bright Start by Cornflakes. Toasted flakes, whole grain oat clusters with fibre and vitamins. It gives you a bright start to any day.
They say know your limitations.
Ensure Health Shakes contain protein, plus 28 vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D to maintain muscle strength.
I say just a few more laps.
Be strong, be sure with Ensure.
Have you heard the one about the Bank of Queensland branch manager who drove the customer's home loan documents to the airport?
Just so the loan can be finalised while they're on holiday.
What kind of bank is that committed to its customers?
Bank of Queensland, the human kind of bank.
Domain's Big Weekend is on now. Get up to a big 30% off selected indoor and outdoor furniture. Buy 2 dining chairs or bar stools and receive the 3rd as a bonus. Save up to 65% off clearance mattresses. Bundle up the King Coil Queen Esperance mattress with an adjustable base for a hot package price. Up to 30% off selected bedroom furniture like the Shape Duo range. Amazing value. Plus big discounts on clearance bed linen and decorator items. Domain's Big Weekend ends Monday.
Awaken the senses and downsize to a new way of living. Feel refreshed, revitalised and connected to nature. Take time to catch up with friends and experience the energy of a community coming together. Discover a location rejuvenated. From the buzz of local life to your beautifully designed home. Ingenia Lifestyle, Archers Run. Exclusive over 55s living in Morisset, Lake Macquarie.
Harvey Norman's Super Easter Sale on now. Hisense 75-inch smart TV just $14.95, or upgrade to the 85-inch for just $1 more. This HP 15S Core i5 laptop, hot deal just $698. Elise leather corner sofa, amazing value just $17.99. Up to 20% off a huge range of stain defense carpets. Studio One oval freestanding bath just $499. $1 upsize deal. Upgrade to king size on selected Australian-made mattresses. 4 big brands. Super Easter Sale at Harvey Norman now.
Go!
Welcome back. Now more than ever, families are struggling to make ends meet, relying on charities to put food on the table. But with demand growing, the very services providing a lifeline to those are doing it tough and are in need of help themselves.
We'll have lots of people, between 60 and 100 families, wanting food because they can't make ends meet.
A team of volunteers putting essentials in the hands of those who need them most.
Nobody goes hungry. If they come into our doors and they're hungry,
She betrayed her daughter, and this monster mum still has a secret.
Bobby, it's a current affair. Back off, or I will have you arrested.
Discover the King 1977 sofa, featuring flexible modularity, removable covers and lasting comfort. Sale packages from only $19.90. Hurry, the King Living Autumn Sale is on now.
My property portfolio is protected by Terry Shear. I wouldn't trust anyone else.
As a first-time investor, Terry Shear provides the security I need. With Terry Shear, we're more comfortable about our investment property.
Landlord insurance for just $1.50 or less per day. Get a quote, call Terry Shear or go online.
Try Hungry Jack's new Bourbon Street Whopper with crispy onion rings and bourbon barbecue sauce. Or fall in love with Bourbon Street Jack's Fried Chicken. New Bourbon Street Jack's Fried Chicken and Whopper. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Harvey Norman's Super Easter Sale on now. Hisense 75-inch smart TV just $14.95, or upgrade to the 85-inch for just $1 more. This HP 15S Core i5 laptop, hot deal just $698. Elise leather corner sofa, amazing value just $17.99. Up to 20% off a huge range of stain defense carpets. Studio One oval freestanding bath just $499. $1 upsize deal. Upgrade to king size on selected Australian-made mattresses. 4 big brands. Super Easter Sale at Harvey Norman now.
Go!
Save 20% at Autobarn for 2 days only this Easter. That's 20% online when shops are closed on Good Friday and 20% in-store and online on Easter Saturday. Have a happy Easter with Autobarn.
Top gear, low prices.
Aldi's 1.5 kilo pack of honey soy chicken drumsticks is now only $7.99. Aldi, good, different.
Looking for your next dream project? Make it come true during the Stratco Dream Big Sale. Get no deposit, 72 months interest-free finance on Stratco gable roof sheds and outback patios with Hum 90. Terms and conditions apply. However you dream, Stratco will bring the how-to.
Harvey Norman's Super Easter Sale on now. Hisense 75-inch smart TV just $14.95, or upgrade to the 85-inch for just $1 more. This HP 15S Core i5 laptop, hot deal just $698. Elise leather corner sofa, amazing value just $17.99. Up to 20% off a huge range of stain defense carpets. Studio One oval freestanding bath just $499. $1 upsize deal. Upgrade to king size on selected Australian-made mattresses. 4 big brands. Super Easter Sale at Harvey Norman now.
Go!
Outdoor elegance, leading designs, stunning styles and colours. Find the perfect settings for your outdoor space at Outdoor Elegance. Online or Erina and Bennett's Green.
Well, girls and boys, it's been another very exciting day for our friend Big Dog. Lots of adventure and fun for everyone. But now it's time for Big Dog to say goodnight. Good night, Big Dog. Good night, girls and boys. Sweet dreams.
Next week, she's still not sorry.
How could a mum do what she did?
6 years on,
She doesn't deserve a place in my life.
Her monster mum's out of jail.
The current affair, back off!
And she still holds a secret.
I don't know where the gutless mongrel is.
You want to see him brought to justice?
Yeah.
Don't miss that story Monday. I'm Deb Knight. Thanks for your company. From the team, enjoy your evening. Good night.